At times like this, we can find ourselves looking to those in authority even more. In the early days of the crisis, maybe we were watching the daily briefings for information and guidance. We look to those in authority for help and support what is being offered to us. But our trust in politicians can sometimes be low for various reasons, and maybe we question their authority. That's one reason they've chosen to stand shoulder to shoulder with the top scientists who have a high level of trust in our culture. Times like this, though, can seem scary when those in authority are managing a response, following the progress of the outbreak. They can't actually control what is happening. They're responding. They're trying to contain. And it can leave us asking, who is really in control? Who is really in authority? And this is a timeless question, one that the folk of Jesus' day were asking too of their leaders. They said a lot, but did they really have authority? Let's read Mark chapter 1 from verse 21. They went to Capernaum, and when the Sabbath came, Jesus went into the synagogue and began to teach. The people were amazed at his teaching because he taught them as one who had authority, not as the teachers of the law. Just then a man in their synagogue who was possessed by an impure spirit cried out, "What do you want with us, Jesus of Nazareth? Have you come to destroy us? I know who you are, the Holy One of God." "Be quiet," he said sternly. "Come out of him." The impure spirit shook the man violently and came out of him with a shriek. You see, Jesus spoke differently. What he said was different. How he said it was different. He didn't just tell them rights and wrongs and do's and don'ts. He said, turn from your ways and turn to God. He said, authority is on its way. The kingdom is coming. Something new is happening. And he spoke with credibility, authenticity, authority, and people noticed. And Mark, in writing his gospel, wants us to know that this authority was not just political, but this authority was spiritual. And he shows this by linking this story with freeing someone from the influence of a demon. The spiritual powers, you see, were clear on Jesus' authority and still are. God, the creator of all things, spiritual and physical, is master of them both. I know who you are, said the demon, the Holy One of God. From God, belonging to God, of God, God. It's just us who question Jesus' authority, and yes, we all do. If we fail to bring every issue we face to God in prayer, we question his authority. If we fail to feed and nourish ourselves on his word, we question his authority. If we give in to temptation, we question his authority. But the good news is that none of this changes the fact that Jesus has all authority over the physical world he made, over the spiritual world he made, over every life in this world, over every sickness and disease, over life and death, and over eternity. Jesus has authority. So today, as we place ourselves under the authority of Jesus, by following him, by walking with him and loving him, by seeking him and knowing his ways and his call to us, that's where we find safety and security under his authority. I thank you, Jesus, that you have all authority. Help me to know and understand that afresh and live in the good of it. Amen.